Just having a little lunch down here at the diner before I head across to the shop. The fellows at Massey there were good to their word, and we got our field cut. They delivered the 20 cows and said, you know what, you did that in such a fine fashion. There's a treat waiting for you at the shop. Now, unfortunately, apparently, 2 episodes in, I'm already tired of this, I'll tell you. But that announcer feller, he's got things to tell you. So, here we go. But, yeah, you, come on. Well, hey folks, Species 7 here, and welcome back to the announcement portion of our video. It is unfortunately beyond our control, but this map has been taken down, at least temporarily, and hopefully temporarily, from PCSG, although if you are a member there, well, ask about stranger things have happened. Something to do with hormonal levels being raised in cows by a giant bamboo fire in northern Korea, thanks to our miraculous leader, or their miraculous leader, of course, Jim Jam Dong. So, with that said, back to the farmer. Dude, I'm doing a job. Don't point that at me and make that scowly Yosemite Sam face. Ugh. Now, I said 2 episodes, I'm about tired of that boy. I mean, really? It's like, thinks he's some kind of dang rock star just because he sits there and yips into a microphone and somebody dumb enough to pay him money for it. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what the boys there at Massey. I like that. It even tells me what time it is. Well, that's something I need to know, innit? Yeah, I'm tractoring here. There we go. We'll let them know we're tractoring here. There. Alright, well, safety first. Turn that stupid thing off. So here we go. Look at that, eh? We got a 28-year-old water... No, I actually bought this, but... wow. This is big. This is big. You know, I thought they were going to screw me again, give me 20 cow and nothing to feed. Look at that. We've got... That's amazing. That is amazing. I better make sure that's actually... just duck in here for a moment. Oh, yeah? Really? Let's check this out. And I'll look it up. And, well, sure enough, not only that, but the other ones are stored here. So apparently they were kind enough to purchase a pallet each. Well, that's a fair chunk. I mean, they just dropped 20 grand bonus on us. Well, ain't that a sweet piece of pie? Dang. Well, there you go. So far, things are working out pretty good. Let's grab this and head back up, shall we? Yeah, we'll take this first. What the heck, okay? Now, I'm well aware that most of you fine folk aren't here to find out what we're doing on the farm, but it's certainly an important part of things. You're wondering what went on with, well, the bear. Some of you. Then there's you gearheads, you're wondering what happened to the Elsinore. But I will today tell you the answer to both. There we go. So I believe last, when we left off, I was perched upon the roof of the recce, slowly chewing my way through my second wonderful tuna fish sandwich on white. And the bear was chewing his lower lip and glaring at me and making his "I'm bigger than you are" noises, which he didn't have to make a noise about it. I do have eyes. I could see he was a apex-style predator compared to, you know, well, whatever people is. Sure as heck ain't predators, not in that way anyway. Well, maybe lawyers, but that's different. So from that point, I'm thinking, well, throwing something at him didn't do much good, mainly because shy of throwing a, I don't know, a Volkswagen at him, you're probably not going to do a lot of harm. So I reconnoiter the top of this recce, and I'm looking, and I notice underneath all the fir needles and the bits of cedar bough and all the stuff that tends to form its own layer of detritus over everything in the woods here in beautiful British Columbia. A small gleam. So I brush off the needles and I pick this up, and it turns out to be what we used to call a half moon. Now, a half moon is a hubcap that was commonly found on Volkswagen Beetles of the era. And, well, they looked like half a moon. They were basically just a big spherical, shiny dome. So, there's one of these up there. I'm thinking, well, see what we can do with this. So taking that and finding a only other really solid object that was left up there of any sort of stance, which was a chunk of fir wood branch, about, I don't know, 3 foot long, maybe 4-inch thick. Well, still had a little bit of spring to it, so it hadn't been off the tree that long, probably the last storm to have rolled through. And I reach down, I grab up the stick, and that grabs up the hubcap, and I proceed to put the two of them together just as fast and hard as my little arms will work it. Of course, I've still got a tuna fish sandwich hanging out of my mouth, so I'm concentrating on that just a little bit as well. Well, quite a harangue comes up at that kind of noise. Bear gets back up on his back feet, and he's chuffing away at me again, and he's looking around, and I'm thinking, you know what? He's almost looking like he wants to escape. This is working. I think this is working. And, well, oh, okay. Oh, that's done it. Yeah. I think I just threw my back out. Oh, lay over the bale here for a second. Oh, man. Oh. So, I'm beating on this hubcap with this big chunk of fir stick. And the bear's... You're probably too young to have ever actually seen a performance circus bear. Them politically correct folks, and rightly so in this case, but they kind of put a stop to that sort of thing. But these bears used to have this little dance they would do. And, what, trying to stand up here, hang on. Oh, dang. Alright, well, that weren't good. We can be a little more careful here. I'll go put that, one of them lifting straps in the barn. I'm going to put that on. Oh, can't be running. I'm such an idiot. So, I'm banging away, and this deer starts doing this little dance. He's still chuffing away, and all that sort of strangeness. And I mean, I don't know. Kid, look away for a moment here. There we go. All right. So he's doing his little chuff dance and all of these sort of things. I'm continuing to bang away, and to my horror, I realized that is not a look of fear. That is, in fact, pure, unadulterated hatred. As it seems that the only thing this bear dislikes more than being denied my sandwich is the particular racket I'm making. And this does not bode well, because now I'm thinking, you know, this is a 6-foot tall bear, and it's only 4 foot to get up on top of the hood, and from there I think the bugger can reach me. So, guess what the bear was thinking? Apparently, exactly the same thing. So, he's quits his dancing for a moment, and he takes a couple of steps forward, and he takes a little push at the recce. And let me tell you, a bear doing a little push is very much like a semi-truck colliding with a bridge. The effects are both immediately and felt widespread. Yeah. So, next thing this guy does is he proceeds to get himself a grip with his front paws and takes a hop to jump up on the hood of the recce. And I'm thinking, dude, you're doomed. You're freaking doomed, boy. You are absolutely out of her this time. Oops. Oh, grow bone strength. So, up he goes, gives a big push of that wide glide butt of his, and slips. And I did not know that it was possible. Now, I have a small collection of bear claws. For all you politically correct folk, I got them in a box of Cracker Jacks in the 60s. I didn't, but you know. So, he slips and drags 3 distinct tearing trenches through the metal of the hood. Now, this is a good thing. Not only does it impress me with his power and woof down my end of my second tuna sandwich just in the desperation to do something, even if it's only chewing. And I'm thinking, oh, this is my life. This is my life, and it is soon to be over. Well, I think the bear cut himself a little bit, scraping that metal open, and figured maybe that wasn't the best plan. But I'm thinking, well, there's probably only minutes left before this just gets right out of control. So, that thought in mind, I'm thinking, what's the only alternative? So, what I decided to do is I take that hubcap in my left hand, and being a child of the 70s, one thing that is instilled into us, even more than, well, I ain't going to tell you the other thing. Actually, it has to do with peeing outside. But one thing that is instilled into us is you will know how to throw a frisbee, and you will know how to throw a frisbee well. So, I grabbed that tin pie plate of a hubcap, and I'll be honest with you, these things are pretty solid. You know, I'm talking Volkswagen equipment. They were built. So, with that firmly gripped in my left hand, and that chunk of fur stick, or bough, whatever you want to call it, firmly gripped in my right, I know this is the time to decide if it's me or the bear. I back up to the very end of the recce. The bear stands up on his hind legs and stares me straight in the face. He knows something's up. I think he also knows, the greedy pig that I am, there's yet a third tuna fish sandwich in my pack up for contention. So, I backs to the end of that recce. I stares that bear right in the face. I raise that club over my head as high as it'll go, and I come running toward the front of the recce. Just as I jump, I throw that hubcap as hard as I can at the bear, and catch my foot in the strap of my pack, and don't quite clear the hood of the truck as I leap from it. Yeah. Well, I woke, near as I can tell, about half an hour later. And I feel the whole side of my face is wet. I wipe my hand across it, put it in front of my eyes, and it's covered in blood. Just covered in blood. And I notice there's also some chunks of black hair in there. What the heck? Lying beside me is my makeshift club, that chunk of fur bough. I look at that, right on the end of it, there's another clump of black hair. Looks like maybe a bit of dried blood. And I get up, and, well, at least as far as me butt, and I look around. And I look around. And there's my Elsinore laying on its side. And there's the hubcap. There's no bear. There's no bear at all. Now, near as I can figure, what must have happened was, well, I guess when I jumped off the truck and caught my foot, see, there's a thing called angular momentum. Now, I imagine I could have cracked that bear across the face pretty dang hard with that stick and done little less than infuriate him. But I think thanks to that angular momentum, when my foot caught and kind of threw me forward and straight down, I must have walloped him a good one, and somewhere that hurt. It looked like there was a little bit of black skin in that, tuft of fur and blood on the end of my club. So I'm assuming, and this is purely assuming, based on, well, I guess the fact I'm still alive to tell the story, that I must have got him square in the end of the nose after distracting him with the flinging of the hubcap, and hurt him enough that he must have just decided to book down the road, and then I realized that it couldn't have quite worked out that way. Now obviously I squared this bear good because there was blood and there was hair, and, well, I don't have dark, short, musky smelling hair, let me tell you. But what I did notice was my pack was gone. Now, I can only assume that when I caught my foot in the straps and whatever the heck it hooked onto the hood with, that I dragged the pack down with me, and it wasn't there. So, thinking, well, it's kind of odd. So I pick up my Elsinore, and I proceed to walk this Elsinore down the road. I'm feeling a little better now, a bit of a headache, but it's starting to go away. So I walk my motorcycle down the road. I get to a little bit of a hill, because I know kickstarting it's going to be useless, and say there was oil and gas pouring out all over the place. So I get to this reasonable hill, and I hop on and quickly tow the thing up to 6th gear and start rolling down this hill. Just as I'm about to pop the clutch, I notice off to the side there's something there. And I go and have a look, and it's the remains of my pack sack. And, although my pocket knife was still in it, a couple other small items in the pockets, the main section where I usually kept, yeah, you guessed it, my lunch, was completely torn open, and the tuna fish sandwich was gone. And that's, it's always kind of bothered me, that this black bear had decided that even though I was apparently laying there in a more than helpless state, the important thing here was a tuna fish sandwich. And from this entire adventure, I did learn a couple of very important lessons. One, always pack peanut butter and jam when you go into the bush. Now, a lot of animals like peanut butter, but it isn't a bear's favorite. Two, well, sometimes it's just better to not have everything explained, because I don't know why the bear left me laying there in favor of a tuna sandwich. And I never, at least far as I know, saw him again, although I many times met up with bears in that part of the world. And, well, I do hope that all of you keep in mind that if you ever get into bear country, Alright? Don't be doing that, laying on the ground, playing dead things. Okay? Because, well, I just can't guarantee that's what got me through that day. I'm going to spray this on the field and give her a good cultivating in. In fact, I might even plow it back in. We'll see how that goes. But this is our field. And that, my friends, was the story of the bear. As I say, it is an absolutely factual, true story. You know. And, well, I'm only thankful it happened to a younger version of myself, because I sure as heck wouldn't have performed to the same levels today. There you are. Hope you both enjoyed the episode and the story. If you want to hear anything else, you figure maybe you like the stories and want to hear another one, well, let me know, because, well, driving a tractor back and forth may not be the most exciting thing. So, there you are. For this episode, that's going to do her. Take care of each other, folks, and we'll see you later.